Attention, Lakers fan! Something unbelievable is about to change the course of this season, and it's not an exaggeration. The latest information indicates that LeBron James's greatest rival, yes, the one who was once the stone in his shoe at decisive times, may be coming to wear the purple and gold. This is not just a hiring, it is a movement that can turn the West upside down and put Lakers on the direct route of the title. But why now? And what does this mean to the relationship within the locker room? Stay with me, because you will understand every detail and find out if this bomb will transform the season or fire Los Angeles for good. And let's go to today's news, but first just check it out if you are already subscribed to the channel, because the next videos will be a series of content that will help you stay informed about everything related to Lakers. Activates the notification bell and select the option. All done that we will send everything last minute to leave the backstage Lakers. Lakers fans, we have a goal of likes to hit this 125 likes video. In the last video, we hit the goal in less than an hour, proof that it is Lakers fans' route and leaves the like for us to hit this goal soon. This Lakers offseason may seem silent to those who see outside, but in real, it's the kind of silence that bothers you because it hides movement. While other teams announced flashy exchanges and signings that make noise, the board in Los Angeles moved the pieces without fuss, calculating every step to let the cast ready to fight for the title now. No excuses. It is not about doing something to appear. It is about setting up something that works when the lights are stronger, and every possession of the ball imports. Rob Pelinka made it clear that it is not in the market for any exchange, but for the right exchange, at the right time, and this patience is already leaving many people intrigued. The movements that did not happen count as much as the ones that happened. Internal sources confirm that there were concrete proposals to send Gabe Vincent and Jared Vanderbilt in exchange packages. They were heavy offers, those that could turn on the time, but were rejected. There was no high sale, there was no risky bet to see what it gives. Vincent and Vanderbilt remain in Los Angeles because the direction sees in them something that will be necessary when games start to be worth, and does not want to give up it too early. Gabe Vincent, the same as it was a terror for defenses in the 2023 playoffs with Miami Heat, came to Lakers with high expectations. But his first season was a drama, only 11 games because of injuries, and the question of whether he could recover the rhythm. But the following year, he appeared ready, played 72 matches, maintained an average of 6.4 points, and hit more than 35% in the balls of three. Numbers that do not call headline, but make a difference to giving spacing and stability in attack, something the Lakers missed. Already Vanderbilt is different. It will not put 20 points in the account, but everyone feels his presence on the court. Marks several positions, fight for rebounds, throw yourself in lost balls and change the tone of the game with small actions that do not always appear in statistics. In the 91 games with the purple and gold shirt, he kept solid averages, but the lesions have always been a problem. When it is healthy, however, it is a defender that any technician wants available, and this is not easy to find on the market. Add to these two names the arrival of Marcus Smart, former Defender of the Year, and DeAndre Ayton, a legitimate pivot with physical presence and the ability to score in the carboy. They even brought Jake LaRavia, a young wing with long-range kick potential. It is a mixture of experience, versatility, and youth that on paper can make the Lakers more complete than in recent seasons. Declare Lakers are champions if you believe the title is coming. But what really pressures Lakers to accelerate this process is Luka Doncic. The star made it clear to the board that the team needs to be ready to win now, without more test years. His presence alongside LeBron James creates a requirement. Nothing to expect to see is to go up the title immediately. Keep Vincent and Vanderbilt in this context is to show that they are part of this immediate plan. But there is a strategic detail in all this. It was not only loyalty that kept these two in the cast, it was also a matter of moment. The board knows that the first months of the season will be a chemistry, health, and performance test. If the team does not gear, Vincent and Vanderbilt are still valuable for a half-season exchange, and then the options multiply. For the fan, this means that each game at the beginning of the championship will be like a test for these two. They are not just playing to help the team win, they are playing for their own future at Lakers. If it works, Pelinka will look like a genius. If not, the criticisms will come heavy, saying that the refused exchanges were a serious mistake. And in the midst of all this, there is a new factor that can completely change the franchise's fate. Mark Walter, the man behind the recent success of Los Angeles Dodgers, is now a major owner of the Lakers. It's not any investor. It's a guy with a history of investing heavily and turning cast into champion. His style is competitive, straightforward, and without fear of spending when he sees a real chance of victory. Walter doesn't think small. In baseball, he put the Dodgers among the largest speakers, reinforced the cast with elite talent year after year, and still invested heavily in structure. More than $100 million in internal improvements that the fans do not see, but make a difference in performance. This same pattern can reach Lakers, with the philosophy that excellence begins behind the scenes. And to show that seriously, Walter has already secured a 3-year contract and $165 million for Luka Doncic. It is not a movement of who is thinking of reconstruction. It is a clear statement. Lakers wants the title now. This, combined with the long-term mindset he has already shown in baseball, indicates that the franchise can enter a continuous success, not only a good season and another bad. Right, I trust LeBron if you know that he will take the Lakers to victory. Even with all these pieces on the board, there is a matter of cap that cannot be ignored. Lakers is about $1. $1 million from the luxury tax AFON limit, and this prevents the signature of a 15th player at the moment. With 14 athletes in the cast and several contracts expiring soon, there is room to maneuver, but it takes intelligence not to stop the team financially. This scenario makes room for 3 exchange possibilities already speculated by analysts. The first would be to send Vincent and Maxi Kleber to Memphis in exchange for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, the KCP, which was an important piece in the 2020 title and remains a reliable wing in attack and defense. This movement would open financial space and still bring back a name dear to the fans. The second option would put Gabe Vincent and Kleber at Phoenix Suns, receiving Dillon Brooks in return. Despite the controversial historical against the Lakers, Brooks is an elite defender and could reinforce precisely the area that the franchise seeks to improve. Its combative style can be controlled on a more limited role, avoiding problems and enhancing its defensive impact. The third proposal, perhaps the most flashy, would involve Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, and a 2031 first-round choice protected in the lottery to bring Malik Monk back. Monk was one of the positive highlights in a difficult season in Lakers and could rekindle the offensive chemistry with LeBron. But of course, the perimeter defense would be weakened with him, Austin Reeves, and Luka together. Declare, "The future is purple and gold," is seen the Lakers dominating the NBA. Each of these scenarios has different implications. KCP brings stability, Brooks strengthens the defense, and Monk increases firepower. But the common point is to make room on the sheet to include one more player in the cast during the season. In a long championship, this flexibility can be decisive to keep the team competitive until the end. What is clear is that Lakers will not make impulsive decisions. There is a strategy that mixes patience with readiness to act fast if the context changes. And with a cast that already looks deeper and more balanced than last season, the expectation is high. If this plan will work, only time will say. But in Los Angeles, there is no room for median seasons. Either you shine under the lights, or it is overshadowed. And now, with Doncic's pressure, LeBron's experience, and Mark Walter's new mindset, there is no acceptable excuse not to fight until last second for another banner on the ceiling of Crypto.com arena. And that's where the thing gets serious. What is about to happen to this Lakers can be the boldest turnaround since the 2020 title. It's not a preseason conversation, it's the real pressure of a cast that knows that either delivery now or the weight of the city falls all over them. The eyes of the world are in LeBron, Doncic, and in this group that was assembled by peace. Any slip turns fuel to criticism, but any victory looks like a historic chapter. The question that remains is, will this cast silence everyone's mouth or will feed the ones that doubt? If you think the answer is closer than ever, then it's time to follow every detail. Because when the ball goes up in the first game, everything we talk about so far will be put to the test, and there will be no room for almost or narrowly. It is to overcome or be swallowed by the pressure, simple as that. So don't waste time. Click now on the playlist that is fixed in the comments and also on the final screen, because there is the last-minute news that no one else is telling you with this level of detail. Each video is a piece of the puzzle that will show if this Lakers is really unbeatable, or if we are about to see one of the biggest NBA twists. Declare, "Come on, Lakers," if you think the team is ready for victory.